Hello everyone! Today I have my least favorite of 2021. I didn't want to call it worst of 2021 because I feel like some of these products are still good, they're just not to my taste or my preferences, so I didn't want to seem like they're bad, although some of them are bad. I just picked up one of these Danessa Myricks Color Fix creams, and this is the shade Magnetic, and like, obsessed. I have never used anything more pigmented in my life. Let me just show you. This is not a bad product, but I just picked it up and I have to show you. Okay, let's do this together on camera. Let's do literally that much. You see that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So good. I love this. I love this color, and there's a little bit of sheen, which is kind of nice. Okay, so the Detox Mode Nourishing Gel Cleanser. You might have seen either on Instagram or one of my earlier videos during the year that there was a, that I really like the foam cleanser from this cleansing collection. This one just really irritates my skin, really irritates my eyes. I think it's because it has quite a bit of ylang-ylang in it. You can definitely smell it in the product, and I mean, it smells great, but I think when it comes in contact with my skin, on my face, especially around my eye area, it just really leaves this like prolonged irritation and kind of discomfort. And normally I don't tend to have problems with like fragrant oils, fragrant essential oils, but with this one, my skin cannot handle it. I mean, if your skin can, and you know, you've never had an issue with fragrance before, you might like it because it is a really nice texture. It does a great job of removing makeup, but yeah, I don't know. I just cannot use it, unfortunately. Next is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors and Hyaluronic Acid. This is like their moisturizing product from the Ordinary range. I don't know, I know it's an affordable moisturizer that you can easily get at a place like Ulta or Sephora, but I think the texture is just so inelegant. It's by no means a bad product, and frankly, you know, if you're in a pinch and like you just need to grab a moisturizer and this is all they have, it's not bad, but I think if you are really browsing and shopping for a good moisturizer, this is one that I would say to pass. And then out of the Ordinary range, it's definitely a product that I would just completely skip on. Definitely look at like something like Buffet, the lactic acid, something like even the cleanser is really great, but I'm gonna have to pass on the moisturizer. Okay, next, I tried a lot of new sunscreens in 2021, and there were just quite a few disappointments. I think all of them that I'm gonna mention are mineral-based, which maybe is almost unfair to do because mineral sunscreens are so hard to get right, and that are refined enough to blend easily and not leave a really ghastly white cast on the skin. I mean, I guess it's the nature of the ingredient. I mean, you are using an opaque mineral to protect from the sun, so there's a chance that it's going to leave some type of cast on the skin. But you know, when a mineral sunscreen is really good, it sort of makes all the other bad ones look even worse. You know what I mean? The Versed Guards Up really cannot get into this. I also don't like the packaging. It has this like little notch here on the side, so when you go to twist the cap off, you kind of get it kind of scrapes your thumb when you do that. It's that kind of lid where you really can only use the tip of your fingers or whatever. The texture of this is just really kind of dense and thick and hard to blend, and kind of really leaves this like occlusive feeling on the skin. And like, I don't want to say that it suffocates your skin because your skin's not connected to your respiratory system, but it kind of does feel like it's suffocating your face. You know what I mean? So that's kind of a bummer because I do like a lot of the other Versed products. The ODACITÉ Sun Guardian Day Cream SPF 30. I wanted to like this because I like that it has some trace elements in it, which my skin really responds well to. But this is just so gnarly. This is almost impossible to make work. And their recommendation is that you do tiny little dots all over your face and then you blend it in, which just is too fussy, especially for something at this price point, you know?
So, yeah. Not happening.
And imagine if my skin tone was deeper, like there is just no way, like forget about it. Mad Hippie SPF 30, I think they recently reformulated it and I haven't tried the new version, but this was so bad. It's just like the ODACITÉ in that it's just pasty white, not blendable, doesn't work. And then Ghost Democracy, same kind of vibe. This is more in line with the Versed for me in that it does kind of blend in a little bit better, but the way it feels on the skin once it sets is just so gloopy and heavy and gross. And with this in particular, you really need something moisturizing underneath it. Otherwise, it doesn't really want to, it's blendable, but it's not moisturizing. You know what I mean? So, and because the minerals in here can be quite drying, you do need that little bit of cushion. So, and then last but not least, this Harry's Daily Face Lotion SPF 15. Like, it's 2020, it's 2022 now. Why are we still putting out products with SPF 15? Either make it a 30 or don't do it at all. And not only that, this is, this doesn't go on evenly. It really goes on quite patchy. It's really hard to build up. Like when I was trying to do a second layer on my forehead, it's like it wiped off the entire first layer. And it's sort of like, what's the point? Kind of a bummer because I do really like the Harry's eye cream that they launched, their facial cleanser. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did some content for this brand, Peach, which is from Grove Collaborative. It was just some like raw footage that they then cut into like a digital ad. I never saw the ad. Maybe you've seen it. I haven't. No idea what they ever did with the footage, but I was supposed to demonstrate how to refill this refillable deodorant. So they sent me 3 different cases, a yellow, a green, and a blue. And I just had so many issues trying to refill these. For one of them, well, let me show you. The refill looks like this. On one of them, the little base here that goes down in like this, it wasn't lining up. I couldn't get it to line up. And then with this one, the refill itself, I don't know if you can see along the edge here, but you see how jagged that is? So when you go to put it in this container, you can't actually get the cap back on because the edge is like so jagged and kind of spilling out over the top. And to me, it's just so counterintuitive to what the brand is trying to do, which is reduce waste, reduce plastic waste. But now this entire thing is unusable. If I can't get the lid back on, I'm just gonna dry the product out. I'm gonna cut my underarm. But yeah, you legitimately cannot get the cap onto this, no matter how you angle it. So yeah. That's just my bone to pick with something like that. Like if you're trying to combat waste, but you make a product that isn't functional, it's just adding more waste. It's not actually helping the problem. So, and then continuing on with deodorant, unfortunately, probably one of the worst deodorants I've ever used in my whole life that I didn't want to dislike, but I do. That's the HIKI. I think it's pronounced HIKI, this brand, HIKI. This is the tea tree mint, which I wanted to love because I love anything minty. Like I understand it's a deodorant, not an antiperspirant, so it's not meant to absorb excess moisture and sweat. But because I found some deodorants with powdery finishes that actually do a pretty good job of not only neutralizing odor, but kind of keeping my underarms comfortable, it's sort of like if this isn't gonna just make my underarms feel wet and damp and gross, like what's the point? And of course, like I thought, well, okay, so I can't use it during the day because I don't like that feeling of dampness on my underarms. Maybe I'll try it at night, but then it just was like not comfortable to use. It didn't really like leave my skin feeling nourished and hydrated. I like their body powder is really nice. Their anti-chafe stick is amazing, but the deodorants, no, don't do it. Okay, You to the People Superberry Dream Cleansing Balm. This was like one of those, like when I tried this, I felt like I was being punked because everything in the marketing, even on the packaging, it says it's a flash melting formula. It's not. You have to work and work and work to get this stuff to break down. It's crumbly like cold butter, like I said in my November kind of hits and misses video. It's just not workable. It would be fine if the packaging said like super nourishing, like moisturizing finish cleansing balm. It's not. It says that it's like flash melting, easily rinsable, it doesn't leave a residue, and it does. Like, it leaves a waxy film on your skin. There's no way around it. And I saw so many reviews online of people saying like, normally cleansing balms leave a film, this one doesn't. Like, this one melts down really easily, it emulsifies beautifully. And it's like, obviously they're just giving a positive review to stay on the PR list, but I'm happy to say, no. Don't do it, skip it. There are so many other great cleansing balms out there. You know, the Then I Met You one is really nice. I don't personally like the pharmacy one. I just don't like those like sherbet style cleansers. I like something a little bit richer, but a lot of people obviously love that one. And this one, again, it's not a bad product, but it is. Like, I just don't like that like waxy residue. Like, definitely, in my opinion, skip it. Next is this MELLA Appealing to the Cleanses, which is like a powder-based, they say it's a 3-in-1 creamy cleanser, exfoliator, and mask. And the way it's a 3-in-1 is like essentially they designed the lid so that as you turn it, it gives you like 3 different opening sizes. So your star for cleanser, your cloud and star for exfoliator, and then your like lightning bolt cloud star for mask. So for cleanser, they want you to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. For exfoliator, they want you to use 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then for mask, they want you to use 1/2 a teaspoon. It's just over-designed. Like, I think they could have just done a single cutout like this, or even, you know, the middle one with the cloud and the star, and just said, like, you know, use more product if you want to use an exfoliator, use even more if you want to use a mask. Because I just think doing this kind of custom cut adds to the cost when it's not really doing anything to help the product performance. And then they also, I don't know if this is a separate purchase or it comes with the product, but this is what they call their shower cap, quote unquote, that you're supposed to put onto the bottle so you can keep it in the shower to keep the water out. Which I don't know anyone who would keep a powder cleanser in the shower. It's sort of counterintuitive. But beyond that, when you go to put the cap back on, it spews powder out everywhere. Yeah. Of course, then you're gonna breathe that in. Don't like get rid of this. Like, no one, just tell people don't keep it in the shower. It's not a bad product. It's fine. Like, it's not something that I would say to avoid or that I would recommend. It's totally neutral in my book, but I think the fact that the packaging itself is over designed is kind of why I would say to skip it. Especially that stop. And then last but not least, kind of hard to talk about this one because I do really like this brand, but this is the SHAZ and KIKS Unearth Yourself Conditioner. And you might have seen in my best of 2021 that I loved the hair cleanser, which is actually clay-based, and it has some like exfoliating blueberry seeds in it. But unfortunately, the conditioner is just not moisturizing enough. And I think my problem is that no matter how long I leave this to soak in my hair, as soon as I rinse it out, it's like all of it goes away and it doesn't leave any moisture behind. Rich whipped moisturizer for soft, flexible hair. I mean, that's true, but the fact that it doesn't leave any moisture behind sort of defeats the purpose in my book. Like, I tried multiple times to try and get it to work, but every time it's like I apply it, I leave it to soak, and then I rinse it out, and it's like I literally didn't do anything. It's like I skipped conditioner altogether. So I don't know if they just need to add something in here to help the moisturizing ingredients really stick to the hair, or make the texture just a little bit richer, or something. But yeah, as it stands, unfortunately, it just doesn't hydrate my hair at all, which is kind of a bummer because I really wanted to like it, but alas. I really didn't try that many products that I didn't like this year, and honestly, the most of them were just mineral sunscreens, which is sort of like a given every year that you're gonna try a mineral sunscreen that's not great. I mean, it's just, to me, that's just the reality of the products that are available in the market. But hopefully I didn't offend anyone. If you like any of these products, like, keep using them. I'm glad that they work for you, but just for me, these are not products that I would recommend, and then I have a few bones to pick, whether it's packaging or performance or otherwise. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I would love to know what products didn't work for you last year. That could be really helpful for someone who might have their eyes on a particular product that you mentioned. So I think that's everything for me today, and until my next video, I will talk to you very soon. Bye.